Yes, you might be wondering how we going to be able to create not only a smart art in terms of now clicking on it and picking whatever information that you want to be organized using smart chart. In this case here, if I want to use hierarchy, I can go ahead and pick the specific one of my choice. In this case, this particular format, and once I hit OK, I can play around with it in not only in terms of the looks by changing the color to diverse ways by which it can be represented like this, or we can introduce some kind of a depth in here which looks like this. In here we're going to express fraction types. And now once you're done editing your specific smart art in terms of hierarchy here, our next step is to be able to introduce animation that not only affects everything here but specific elements in this particular smart chart. I know for we to accomplish this, all you do is you move over to animation, and once you click on animations, you're going to have the primary animation style that you want to be reflected for everything happening for this particular chart. In this case here, if I want to click on zoom, everything is going to zoom in. But then now when I go into effect options, you can see that there are different vanishing points for your zoom, and for sequences you can have different ways by which your sequences can be shown not only as one object, in this case what we see right here, but also when you're heading into all at once. And then next here is one by one, where you have everything coming in at that particular sequence, from the specific hierarchy to the general descriptions for each specific role. And now you can also have different sequence numbers that you can play with when you head into animation panel. Now before we move into that, let's see level at once, and once you see that, you can see these coming in terms of level 1, level 2, and then level 3, and finally here level 1 by 1, where we have these to come in, and then finally we have the elements to be coming after we have the general tabs coming up. Now going into specifics, like for example, if I want to go all at once, for example, which is like this, if we go to the animation panel, we can click down at the drop down menu, and you can go into specifics as to the specific elements that are affected by the animation. In this case here, if I click on this and I press play, from that particular point I can pinpoint specifically what particular animation is for that particular part. But it's difficult here because you are dealing with effect option, which is all at once. But then going for one by one, that is when you can highlight specifically what is happening here or what you'll see right over here. And so going into specifics, like for example, play from this particular point to see what element is affected here. Once you click play, you know what elements you're going to be dealing with first before you can make some edits to it. To make edits, all you do is click on this, and you can most likely change to whatever thing that you want here in terms of either start on click or start with previous, start after previous, effect options, timing, hide advanced timeline, or remove. Now let's go into effect options and see what we have here. So for effect options, we have all these interesting things that we can play around with, not only in terms of the effects but also the timing, and also finally the smart art animation. And so these are the things to keep in mind when it comes to animating smart art in here on Microsoft PowerPoint. Other honorable mentions here is when you're dealing with other types of animations, they reflect the general when it comes to using the sequences in here. Like for example, if I want to go over to changing my effects for everything here, which is now by highlighting everything to something like glow or grow and turn. So let's see what happens here when we go into the sequence options. Going one by one, what we see is that everything is going to be performing that general sequence that is asked by this particular animation style. And so that is all you need to know about this particular animation concerning smart art. Go into the comment section down below. Let me know about your thought about this. Do you think this will kind of enhance your use of this particular style of presentation using smart art and animation? Let's know your thought about this in the comment section down below. By that way, we can talk to you soon. Stay smart as always and believe in yourselves.